What's up, my Twitches? Tikaj here. Welcome back to my channel where it's all horror all the time. The Sinking City, side missions, yada yada. You know the drill. So where we last left off, I found myself with like a handful of bullets, if any, at all. So I took like maybe half an hour earlier today, offline that is, to look around for more ammunition and items. That's the second time I've had to take a break from what I was actually trying to do just to stock up back on ammunition, which, you know, tells me they should either have just put a merchant in this game or tweak the balance of what it is that you find around the city a bit more. Because, I mean, even, say, Resident Evil 2, where ammo scarcity was a thing, I don't remember it ever getting quite as bad as this. So, let me go ahead and check what it is that I was actually trying to do. Again, the local Innsmouthers scare me a lot. I've never seen a place with so many ill people. Their faces pursue me even in visions. Grimhaven Bay, right, yeah. Start to come back to me now. So that's Northern Grimhaven, Whisper Street. Huh. Which is actually just around the corner, wouldn't you know it. I'm just gonna try and circumvent the combat zone here. My guess is there's gonna be a barricade. Here on the western end of Whisper Street, but only one way to find out. Looks like I was right again. I guess it wasn't so bad. Right, so if this is not gonna see us through, then I don't know what is. Bit more shotgun shells, maybe. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and break up the Tommy gun, seeing as there's ammo close by. Like so. Too bad it's just a single round. See, normally that would piss me off, but I've got quite a bit to fall back on this time around. Okay, now that is just weird. I'll leave the building for like 2 seconds and everything respawns already. I totally meant to do that. So, do I just go to these places and clear them out? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what it is that I'm supposed to be doing here. Moving along. What about this Obed guy, though? Whisper Street, Hubert Avenue. Okay, so I'm assuming that we're actually in the wrong place. We should be pretty damn close by. That can't be right. Okay, so maybe just a bit further down then. Jesus. Come on, I know there's still at least one left. Oh, come on, they're really overdoing it now. I'm really not looking forward to having another ammo situation on my hands. Especially not this soon. Pistol round, what else was I maxed out on earlier? Random shovel, once again. Don't be sneaking up on me, you little shit. Ah! Can't see a damn thing. Oh, come on. This is some bullshit. Man, that's 2 hits already. Jesus Christ. There's gotta be another one of those sessions, isn't it? And it looks like we're almost back to square one already. I mean, this has to be the place. There better not be any respawning. That's one Molotov, one grenade. Okay, so technically nothing respawned because that thing wasn't there before, but that's still pretty damn annoying. Oh yeah, I forgot about that bit. hang on, now we're getting to it. Well, the good thing is, on the upside, there should be at least a knowledge point in it for me by now. Ah, damn, are you kidding me? All that shooting and killing and no knowledge point. That is a bummer. Obed Marsh Diary, 21st of March 1856, New South Wales. On that day we arrived near Ball's Pyramid, a giant rock around 2,000 feet high extending from the sea. The air is poisoned all around it, and you can barely see the tip of the monolith. The catch is good here, and brought us more gold. I had to give them 2 slave women we bought in Sumatra. Wretches were terrified when they saw them. Good riddance. We landed on Lord Howe Island, a few nautical miles away, for fresh water and fruit. The Hattie Dingy was put at sea at 8:15 a.m. Last time we were here, in 1847, there were 3 settlers and their aboriginal wives. This time, only the women remained, and they were not the same. Tattooed, their eyes were red with blood, and dead animal carcasses were strewn around the camp. They slept on the floor beside the corpses. We drank and danced with them, and one played a strange musical flute with sounds we never heard before. One of them took me to their hut. While I was at it between her legs in the dark, Matthews came with a torch, and I could see that above me, the dead husband was hooked to the roof, the skin over his face dried like a 100-year-old apple. Bones and clothes he was, his mouth open and distorted in an endless shout. I can still see his eyes, alive and rolling, looking at me. The witch was laughing hard while wiping her thighs, all her teeth filed to a point like a wolf or a shark. We fled this cursed place, leaving the witches behind. That is metal as fuck. So I know Obed Marsh is actually like an existing Lovecraft character. I'm just wondering if the flute there was a nod to Azathoth, the blind idiot god. I want to say that is Azathoth. So, what do we have on hand that might make our lives a little bit easier? Oh well, between the shotgun and the Molotovs, I should be good for a while. Okay, Lullaby Crossroad. Today I fell asleep on the street. I'm sure it's connected to my visions somehow, because I felt the same nausea and headache as before they strike. It happened in Coverside, near the corner of Tennis Street and Old Church Road. I felt dizzy and my mouth was full of a bittersweet taste. I saw a woman with kind eyes giving me a drink and whispering something. Immediately after that, I fell asleep. I spent nearly half the day lying in the dirt like a hobo. It's a miracle no one stole anything from me. So, Coverside, Tanner and Old Church. There's Old Church. Not seeing Tanner, though. Ah, right, here we are. Please tell me that it's just outside the combat area. Yeah, I don't think I'm actually gonna take a quick travel point for this one. That's another thing that's really starting to irk me, how unevenly spaced out those are. you kidding me? You know what? We don't need no docks where we're going. Starting to think I might have passed it already. Nope, my bad. Just looking at the wrong icon there. So please tell me I can climb this or I'm gonna have a problem on my hands. After all. Damn it, game. Why are you like this? So a right and then a left. Got it. Still not quite there. Meanwhile, I do believe it's time for another beverage. Can I interact with any of those? Yeah, it looks like I can actually. So this should be right around where the dude fell asleep. Still not a whole lot to work with. This might very well be it. Starting to get a sense of deja vu once again with the interior layout, I mean. Let's make sure there's nothing coming up from behind. Or upstairs even. Nope, gotta be here. There we go. I was wondering when you would show up. Huh. Looks a lot like you can actually shoot it through the door. Except on second thoughts, it's all blood effects and no actual damage. Right, what else have we got? Huh. I can't even tell if she's alive. Can't interact with her. Either way. BG. The recipe was left to me by my grandmother, and when Lily was little, I used it quite often. A couple of drops in her milk and she slept sweetly all night. My husband and I finally had a little time for each other. Of course, that was long ago, and since then, I haven't needed Grandma sleeping over. But now everything's changed. It was 2 days ago that Bill barricaded the windows because we could not bear to see the corpses on the street. We're locked in, and we're out of food. The worst are the nights. Impossible to sleep because of the squeals of death and other terrible sounds. We should flee, but there is no place to go. I'm afraid as fate draws near, that we'll end up like the Bakers. I do not want this for my little Lily. While my husband barred the entrance, I made my grandmother's tea. Lily drank her dose and went to bed, and Bill's getting faint too. It's time for me to join them. Good night, Oakman. Now, see, if I can read between the lines, this has got a bit of a definitive flavor to it. Oh yeah, that would be Bill. So then, what was in the notes about the guy who fell asleep? Oh, right, she offered him a drink, which apparently was not enough to kill him. Right, so that takes care of that. Meanwhile, another skill point. Yeah, I visited in this one earlier today when I was looking around for ammunition, and obviously had to kill like a handful of baddies along the way. Because this unlocks the separate charge upgrade, where grenades and fire bombs have increased range. Now it might be a while before we get another knowledge point, but then I really want to go for the high yield, where grenades and fire bombs are more destructive by 30% even. Right, so, next up. Static in ears. Huh. That's funny. Just when I was reading up on the game earlier today, I could have sworn there was a guy on Reddit who claimed that he wrote this particular side mission. Make of that what you will. I was walking Lombard Street in Eastern Reed Heights when it happened again. It's not just a vision, but a noise. Hissing radio static, growing louder and louder. Voices from afar were lost in it, crying desperately. I tried not to show how bad it was. I was afraid to reveal it to the locals. The images came after I passed Bullock Street towards Hellock Street. The hissing flooded my mind, and I saw a man surrounded by radios talking to them. He was dying, I felt it. And when it happened, the vision was gone. Lombard Street in Eastern Reed Heights. Now, it's funny that they don't mention like an intersection or another point of reference. I guess we'll just have to take a walk across Lombard. Keep our eyes peeled for any weird hissing. Okay, so, yeah, that seems like it's worth a quick travel, so a left and a left. See, I knew there was gonna be something hidden here, just out of sight. Let's go ahead and pin that evidence on screen. Okay, so you know what? Let's take a little boat trip and make sure that we actually start at the actual beginning of Lombard Street. And here we are. Oh wait, it does actually mention other locations. My bad. I passed Bullock Street towards Hallock Street. Right. Bingo. Well, that was quick. Ah, Jesus Christ. Where did that guy come from? That genuinely startled me. What's he?
Mad. He's completely mad.
Who? I'm the mad one? That seems a lot like a glitch. Having a pedestrian show up in an interior. Kind of ironic how that's like the first time the game managed to startle me. When it's not supposed to, I mean. Speaking of glitches, looks a lot like someone got stuck. Can't say I mind all that much. Ooh. One more. Two, even. Oof. That is rough. Right, so... DC, date unknown. My name is... well... I'm uncertain. It is lost in the static. I do not know anything. I have lost it all. My mind is little but static, interspersed with bits from the radio serial that was my life. No, not my life. My existence. I hear names. Margaret, Jonathan, Albert. I hear dates, places. June 7, 1912, at a church on a hill. It is these bits that I live for. It is the static that I will end my life for. Every day for as long as I can remember, the static has gotten louder. I have sunk deeper as the voices grow quieter. They are being replaced. I'm losing what little I have left. A new voice, unintelligible, yet one I understand more clearly than any radio program in my head. I fear for what I will become when I can no longer hold on. I'm choosing to go before the static, or the voice within it becomes me. Goodbye, Oakman. I have sunk even further than you. Boomer. Hey dude, thanks for joining, man. Good to have you. And also, thanks for the encouragement. Yeah, you know, truth be told, I used to not be a big fan of people reading stuff out loud when I was watching other people play games, but in this case, I really do feel like it adds to my own immersion in the game. And I think that the genre just really lends itself a bit more to that sort of story-driven stuff. So how you been, man? Trying Outlast later today, I hear? You know what? Free first aid kit. Okay, right on. I should have played that a long time ago, man. That's pretty much like a modern classic, and I've only just played it for like a little bit. I'm not sure what came up. But yeah, it's definitely on the to-do list. There's another pedestrian guy indoors. I'm starting to think it might be deliberate for some reason. Yeah, no, Outlast. I get a feeling you're gonna have a blast with it because I seem to remember Amnesia not really being your thing all that much. But this is a lot faster paced. My wife is scared to play it. She should be. There's a lot of cheap jump scares, which I'm really not a fan of. But overall, they did a pretty good job with the general atmosphere. But yeah, no, it gets gnarly. It does get pretty damn gnarly. Yeah, jump scares, it's, maybe it's entertaining, like, once or twice, but it's really just a cheap gimmick, which is why I'm not interested at all in stuff like, say, Five Nights at Freddy's, which is all about that. I think there's a movie coming out somewhere in the near future, if you can't believe that. Right, so, what's next? Call of the Ocean. Tonight the air forced me to leave the hotel. The putrid smell of rotting seaweed and fish made it hard to breathe. I remembered a huge apple tree and thought, maybe nicer there. Moreover, I was afraid that the hotel owner would see my seizures. The visions occurred when I was a few blocks from the apple tree, walking E. Brown Street in Central Shells. I felt like I was drowning. I ran forward, and when I passed the street of St. Michael's Church, I felt the water surrounding me, pressing, calling. I needed all my will to fight the desire not to go to the mare and sink it to its depths. I'm hoping this case turns out a bit more interesting as we go along, because, spooky apple trees don't really intrigue me all that much at first sight. So, what are we talking about here? Central Shells, Brown Street, and St. Michael's Church. Central Shells, Brown Street, St. Michael's Road. Wasn't it Church? Yeah, the road of St. Michael's Church. Tomato. So, fast travel is a left and a right. At least my navigational skills aren't failing me as much as they did earlier this week. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. More equidistant fast travel points, please. So I'm just hoping that this combat zone is actually confined to this park here.
Please, help me out. I'll take anything you got.
I'm sorry, lady. I think I do need these bullets more than you do. Okay, so we're not there already? My bad. But you know what? As long as we're here, might as well see what we can pilfer. Wait, wasn't this the house from the occult students case? Or is it more copy pasting going on? I really cannot tell anymore at this point. Ah, no, hang on. This would be Joy's apartment. Starting to come back to me now. In which case, I do believe... Yeah. More stuff. And also things. See, I could have done with a lot more of these little detours earlier. Nah, that ain't it either. Well, he did mention the water side. Ah, it's just right across. Yeah, I remember now. Outlast. I played that when I was just streaming for like a handful of friends who either don't like playing games in general for themselves, or horror games, or don't have the hardware for it. So that was just like more of a quick first impression demo thing than anything else. But yeah, I'll be sure and move it up on my list a little bit. Something else that I really want to play before then. I'm not gonna give away what it is just yet. But hey, we'll see how everything works out. Huh. Sounds a lot like that's upstairs. Whatever it is, should be fairly sizable. Well, that looks dead enough to me. God damn it. How did that sneak up on me? So was that a death rattle or... Panels up and running, man. I don't know, between you and me, I'm not actually sure what I would want to put in them. I guess. I mean, all open to suggestions. Right, that did not go according to plan. So yeah, more about me. I mean, what would you like to know? Horror games. I play them. That's pretty much all there is to it, really. Alright, so that's another first aid kit in reserve. That's a lot of info. I know, right? You can probably just dox me with that by now. Ooh, getting supernatural tingles here. Probably from over the next room. Right, so, there's our KL guy again. My cherished flock, K, I believe, has forsaken us. Assuming, of course, any such being exists. Are we to die frightened? Are we to die mad? Death will be merciful indeed in the face of this second flood. There will be no rainbow to blossom over our corpses. The sea beckons to me in a way scripture never has, as she has always done since beasts who would be man oozed from her briny womb. I will go to seek her soon and draw her salt-laden baptismal breath into my own lungs. May she forgive us for our hubris. Your shepherd, Reverend Zechariah James Baker. Donation panel. Sure, man. Yeah, no, I'll totally keep you up to date on that. But, you know, not a whole lot of point to it until I make affiliate first. You know, I do believe we've had this talk before where I don't really want to adhere to like a certain schedule or anything. I just want to keep it light and fun, which is not really doing me any favors in terms of growing a steady viewer base, but you know what? I'll take it. So is that not really the only thing we have to find here? I wonder if these two are truly the last of the side cases, but, So, disgusting exaltation. No matter how different my visions may be, they're always so frightening. Today it was man. Like, mankind in general? There's a little typo there. Hey, you know it happens. He left a house in southern Old Grove on Warwick Street, somewhere between Seaside and Hillside Streets. Our eyes met, and I immediately felt the burning exaltation, a wild torrent of emotions. I saw him among the monstrosities, touching them, embracing, kissing. The vision was so intense I bent in two and threw up all my breakfast. He walked past, saying something like, "Curse newcomers," and I prayed he wouldn't stop to help. Even now, when I close my eyes, I see the creatures around this man. Yeah, they tend to be a xenophobic bunch around these here parts. Southern Old Grove, Warwick between Seaside and Hillside. Southern Old Grove. Right, that's our Hillside. Warwick. So, somewhere around here. Wait, where am I currently at? Again. Where's my current? Nah. Wait, what? Maybe I have to be outdoors to show up on a map. Ah! There we go. Yeah, so let's try and make our way back to that same fast travel point.
Snug it, landlubber.
Huh. See, that's what I'm talking about. Oop. Might want to pin the relevant clue for that. I would say I have a good feeling about this door, but that would be an outright lie. So the tricky thing with these, stop interrupting me, you weird, ancient, terrifying thingy. Yeah, the tricky thing about these side missions is that even when you do find the relevant locations, not only do they not show up on your map. God damn, I didn't know it could do that. Got a little distance here to take care of my health situation. God damn, they're hardy bastards, aren't they? So what was I trying to say? Oh, yeah. Side missions. When you find the relevant location, it doesn't show up on your map, and you also do not get a little, like, on-screen prompt when you enter the relevant location. So it's a bit easier to get sidetracked and end up in the wrong place than usual. God damn it! 2 of them! Fuck you guys, I'm trying to do us all a favor here. Police brutality! Yeah, I would request their body cam footage, but I'm not really sure we're in the right era for that sort of thing. Now let's just hope that the game takes into account the damage that I already dealt out to these things before I had to make a run for it. I'm starting to think that's a no. But no matter. Yeah, so that pretty much confirms my theory of enemies becoming tougher as you progress. Getting a little bit nervous with just how many items I'm finding. Probably means we're not out of the woods just yet. So, AP, it's extraordinary, incredible, fabulous. I was right. I told them we weren't alone, that the ocean was talking to me. And now that's flooding in, the ocean brings them with him. All these buffoons who would laugh behind my back, they now fear these wonders. At the sight of these magnificent specimens, they run in all directions, screaming. They do not realize the incredible chance they have to admire them, to contemplate their splendor. I need to get closer to these creatures. Closer, always closer. I will finally be recognized for my talent. One of these creatures might even carry my name. I will be praised by all the universities. They can't ignore me now. They'll stop thinking I'm mad. Oh joy, what pleasure. Come see me. I await your arrival. I will take good care of you. Man, imagine being wrong so much that when you finally do get something right, it counts as being extraordinary, incredible, and or fabulous. So maybe I'm just missing the bigger picture here, but I'm not clear on how all these, like how the disparate elements of this side quest all add up, like in a narrative sense, if you will. But I guess we'll find out soon enough. So, next up, Mirrors, Mirrors. I'm afraid someone stalks me. It started when I visited Western Advent and had a vision at the intersection of Purity Road and Oak Street. I saw mirrors full of reflections and someone trapped, trying in vain to escape. His expression of fear and panic shook me deeply. After that, a very tall and skinny man started following me in the distance. What troubles me is that I see him in the reflections, but have never caught a straight view of this stalker. I'm sure the police will mock me if I come asking for protection. Seems it is time to buy a good, trustworthy gun and start to practice. You know what shook me deeply? Hold on. Already finished with my drink. So let's go ahead and craft another one of those. Right, so Western Advent, intersection of Purity and Oak. Western Advent. Come on, I should know this by now. Oak and Purity. There we are. So it's a left and a right to the phone booth. So, are we going to find a trigger-happy human guy with a gun? Or is it going to get a bit more monstrous than that? Wait, that can't be right. Ah, right, yeah. No, I was totally counting on it being one of those places that's only, that you can only enter from the water side, but... Wait, hang on. Is there like a wall that I can stare down? Sounds weird. I want to say it a lot like that. But yeah, no magic walls here. From the looks of it. Could just be that what we're looking for is a little bit further down the road. Ah, damn, why didn't I not reload anything in time? Damn it, damn it, damn it. Wait, hang on. This is new? What's going on with this shade guy? And gone, huh? So is that a first aid kit or an antipsychotic? First aid, right. Might as well use it up then. So that's 2 hand grenades I found suspiciously close together now, so... things just might get wild real soon. Okay, so what I'm less happy about is that we're suspiciously close to a combat zone. So just because monsters are popping up does not necessarily mean I'm looking in the right place. Matter of fact, I'm starting to think I might have passed it by already. Let's double check that note again. A vision at the intersection of Purity and Oak. And that's really all there is to it location-wise, so... could be it is a waterfront thing after all. Like that. Ooh. Damn. Right, let's take care of these bigger ones first. Just to add insult to injury. Oop, out of shotgun ammo already. Not the camera. Definitely gonna want me some more shotgun rounds in the near future. Oop. MG, the man in the mirror, he's gone. Ever since this infernal flood began, I kept seeing him in the mirror. The man who stole my reflection. He wore my skin like a suit, but there was nothing human beneath it. He knew I was on the other side and was looking straight at me. I covered every mirror in my house, but in vain. I could still see him in the window panes, in every puddle, even in other people's eyes. The neighbors started to look at me strangely. I couldn't sleep. I saw his face in nightmares, and when I woke up, I heard whispers coming from the looking glass. But now he's gone. I uncovered the mirror to smash it to pieces, and he's gone. There's nothing in the reflection at all, but I feel like I'm not alone. No signature or nothing? Okay then. So that's probably the item that we were looking for, but since there's an upstairs, might as well see what else we can find. What's going on here then? Well, that's refreshing. Okay, next up, Lone Child. The visions are testing me, playing with my mind. My old forgotten fears come to life. When I was small, I was afraid to stay alone. I thought my parents would leave and never come back. Today I went to the eastern streets of Covernside, and the vision came on the corner of St. Elmo Lane and Kingsport Street. I felt I was alone, forgotten in a locked room, hungry and frightened. It was so scary to stay inside, but everything was much worse behind the door. Something scratched in the corridor, and there were terrifying screams from outside. I could not run, could not hide. I just waited for Mom to return. Well, somehow I doubt that actually happened. But yeah. Let's go and check it out. Eastern streets of Covernside, corner of St. Elmo and Kingsport. Eastern Coverside. There's our St. Elmo. Mm-hmm. So that's a 180 to get to the phone booth. So, left, right. Okay, so that's another crossing, which tells me that I'm veering too far from where I want to be. And here we are. But yeah. Boomer, if you're still watching, while we're on the subject, what would you recommend me, like, panel-wise? Because, you know, I will go so far as to admit that my channel could maybe do with a bit more flair. You know, the one panel that I did try out was linked to a poll where people could vote on what game they would like to see next, but I only got like maybe 3 responses from that. And then the actual site that hosted the polls got taken down, which did not help. Nah, I mean, this has got to be the place, right? It's got the disappearing wall and everything. There's even kids' toys here. Ah, there we go. FM. I do not know where Mommy and Daddy went. Mommy kissed me on the forehead and handed me Mr. Teddy and left so many days ago. I am all by myself, and Mr. Teddy and I are so cold and wet. If you have blankies, I would be so happy. If you are a nice people and you find this, know I live in this note. I live in a brown house with lots of flowers, but they are wet and sad now. My name is Timmy, and if you help me, we can be the very best friend. Just please no more monsters. I'm all red and sticky. Ah, poor Timmy. Yeah, we can BFFs, guy. Take selfies and everything. Floss dance. Maybe play some Fortnite. I don't know. What do you say to make fun of millennials nowadays? I guess I'm talking post-millennials anyway. Man, I'm getting old. But yeah, so that takes care of that. Last note for this particular side mission. Forlorn woman. This city, no matter how badly the flood damaged it, has an unnatural appeal. I can't stop myself from walking, even if it means being struck by further visions. I went to the eastern part of the Salvation Harbor. Near the crossing of Fitz-O'Callaghan Street and Old Church Road it came. The feeling of loneliness and fear was immense. I was a woman, locked in a room, infected and slowly rotting. My body turned into something. It scratched badly, it itched badly on my face. I had to hold the skin with both hands to prevent it from growing until I suffocated. I ended up sitting on the road, crying, until some Innsmouther kicked me and ordered me away. That sounds like it would make a gnarly death metal album cover. East Salvation Harbor, crossing of Fitz and Old Church. Eastern Salvation Harbor. There's Old Church and Fitz. Quite a ways off from any fast travel points. So it's a 180, then a right, left, right. Right, left. And another right, there we are.
Choose wisely.
What am I even looking at? It's too bad I can't look up any further while I'm in the boat. I guess that must be the monolith that I've seen mentioned in a note earlier.
Damn newcomers.
Come on, guys, just talk it out like adults. Don't be a dick. Here we are. Okay, so about as prepared as I can be. Right, so that didn't quite do the trick. Or that. Ah, damn it. Despawned just before I shot it. Bummer. God damn it, I don't want to go outside again. Because apparently, when I do that, the game just straight up forgets how much damage I've dealt out already. Well, that's the big one dead at least. Not at all proud of how that went down. But hey, we're still here. So no shotgun ammo anymore, which is kind of irksome. Some metal scrap, which should be good for shotgun shells in a bit. Alright man, Boomer, again, thanks for watching. Maybe we can go through the panel thing some other time, because I'm genuinely curious about your thoughts. So just let me know when's a good time, and have fun with Outlast if I don't see you again later on tonight. Ah, there we go. EK, hi Dad. The back room's window was broken when I woke from my nap, so I'm gonna go look for Mom. She can't have gotten too far yet. I'm sure she'll listen to me when I find her. Sometimes when I take her food to her, she looks at me weird, like she remembers me. Sometimes she even reaches up through the slot and tries to grab my hand. But I do what you said, and stand behind the white line, and push the tray with the stick, and then she cries. I really hope she'll get better soon. Don't worry, Dad. I'll find her and bring her home. Love you, Rachel. Wait, hang on. So this woman is missing, but she's bringing her food at the same time? That is creepy. Letters from Oakman, case complete. Gain another knowledge point. High yield. Oh, that's 2 even total. High yield. Definitely want me some of that. Ankle biter. Yeah, see, I'm really underwhelmed with the bear traps so far. So we can increase our melee damage. You know, I find myself falling back on the shovel more and more lately, but just not enough to justify upgrading it just yet. So 10 more submachine rounds would be very welcome indeed. Master Survivalist, additional 10% chance to save materials when crafting. You know what, given how much I've been plagued by ammo scarcity recently, let's go ahead and pick this one first. And then I'll upgrade the machine gun in a bit. So that leaves me with just one more side case, that is if I've discovered them all, which I will be sure to double check. What was this one all about then? Older than you think. The flood took something from all of us, but can we afford to let it take from our city? Countless historic sites has been damaged, some beyond repair, and it is our duty to preserve what's left of them. This brochure will tell you about our oldest, proudest sites, including X, Y, and Z. The city is an old one, let us not forget that. Oakman Historic Heritage Preservation Society. Yeah, so last time I attempted this particular side mission, I seem to remember that really nothing much of anything happened when I got to these locations. So I'm starting to think it's more like a scenic route to familiarize yourself with the city a little bit. But let's go ahead and try that one more time. St. Michael's Church, the oldest church in Oakland, dedicated to St. Michael. Central Advent on St. Michael's Road between University Street and St. Botolph's Road. So Central Advent, St. Michael. There's our St. Botolph, St. Michael's Road. And what was the other one again? University Street. So right about here. Hang on, I was looking at the wrong icon again. I was looking at the marker that I just placed on the compass. Rather than the phone booth.
Don't do that again.
Excuse me. Coming through. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember this bit. Followed the instructions to the letter, but not finding anything remotely churchy. Except for that, maybe. Could be it's just up on this hill. Looks like I might be getting somewhere. Except this is... it's not too steep to climb after all. Right. Well, I could have just come through here like a normal person, but here we are.
The door won't budge.
Well then. Now what? Now that is just a bitch and a half. How am I supposed to make any progress then? Let's try and see if there's another way inside. Not through here, that's for sure. Nope. Wait, did I just trigger that?
The door won't budge.
Let's maybe try this way again. See if there's anything down here. Turns out there is actually not. Tell you what, I think it's time for a little break anyway. How about I go and look up what needs to be done here, and also make sure that I've already discovered all the available side cases, and if not, how to get to those. And yeah, hope to see you guys again in a bit. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Take care.